Is real estate easy, or being a realtor an easy job?
I think you know the answer. It's no.
Right. But don't you feel that
I think the public perspective
Yes.
is that it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That it's an easy thing to get into. It's an easy thing to make money on. It's an easy thing to like, I don't know. I feel like this is like
I also
break the
think
myth.
the public perspective is very different from the reality of what we do, right? Like
For
they
sure.
don't see the day-to-days and
The dirty things we get into.
The concept is always going to be simple to understand. I think that's the part that makes it so easy. Like, we are selling a very specific product, and our jobs haven't changed a ton over the years. The tech has, but the actual theory is. Like, for people wanting to build their business, it's as simple as having more conversations. Like, like the concepts are all very simple.
Mm-hmm. I think where people don't see it is the time that is put in, and it's not even the amount of hours, because I feel like there's lots of people that work a lot of hours. I think there's not a lot of other professions where it's you're on the clock all the time, but also you're on the clock all the time, and some things cannot wait. Like it's just it cannot wait, or your people don't get the house, and of course that would feel horrible. So it can't really wait.
Yeah, for sure. It's time sensitive, but it's also too like being able to triage and like keep track of multiple things. Like, did I ask this buyer about if they want the TV with this purchase, while also remembering you're negotiating on like inspection results and like that kind of stuff. Like, it's just trying to remember a million little things.
It's a lot of balls in the air at once.
All the time. Mm-hmm. All the time.
Well, and don't you find too that like, it's not a hat. Like, it's not, I'm a realtor. There's like, you're a million different things. Like you literally do the weirdest things. Like, no joke, I was literally negotiating furniture this morning. Like, it's just, that's not our job, but do you want people to have to fight it out about furniture? No, like we get in there, we help out. There's lots of weird little things we end up being part of that are not just, we helped you buy or sell your house.
Absolutely, and to your, like this morning as well, I accepted a money transfer for a television because my client didn't want their email shared with the others. So I accepted it, sent that money on. So I was a banker this morning too, right? Like it's a bunch of little things, but
I feel like too, right now, there's so many of these like realtor shows on TV that paint the picture of this is what it is.
the glamorous.
I don't even necessarily know it's like the glamorous picture. It's like, in all the shows, it's very like money hungry. I need to do this deal like now, and like, you know what I mean? Whereas it's so much, it's more of the, okay, but where did you get that client? Like, how long have you, like, what is that client relationship? You don't see the time that goes into building that client relationship before they're even looking at the $1 million property, right? Like,
and also too, though, like listings wise, like I like to think, because we're good at our jobs, we make it look easy, but that's because we've had years and years in the trenches. There's a lot of like conversations that are happening behind the scenes. Like, we have a well-oiled machine. We know this property should list for this. We're advising you of that properly so that you're not the one on the market for forever. We know the good people to get the pictures. We know the good people for the staging. Like, we have that whole thing already worked out in advance. So when you're coming in, it's like bang, 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 bang. This looks easy. All she did was like call these people, but like building these relationships, meeting these people, trying out a few stagers, trying out a few photographers. Like, you know, all of that is part of that like stuff that we've honed in on for years and years and years. And it kind of should look easy if your realtor knows what they're doing, right? So I think it should look easy, but it's not easy.
No. And it's like you guys said, it's kind of like we always see behind the curtain, right? Like, and the only time our clients ever see behind the curtain is either when they are our clients, like buying a house, or our clients selling a house.
Yeah.
Like, for example, recently had a house, multiple offers on the house. 1 out of 9 offers didn't have a mistake on it. Like, it happens. We all, like, it's just, there's lots of things that go into real estate. And like, it's not just, okay, let's put your house on the market, let's sell your house.
Yeah.
Like, these are things that like, okay, if you want this contract to go correctly, we need to change this. We need that to be fixed. We need to adjust this. Like, there's lots of things to know. And there's just, you know, there's.
You're right. And it's like the difference of one word on a contract.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
there are some words that like immediately
Change the contract.
change the meaning of a clause, right?
Yep.
So it's catching those, and not only catching those, but like having the confidence to say to another realtor too, like,
We want to
take
put
this
it
out.
this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this one word out, or put this one word in
Yeah.
if you're on the other side, right?
Yep.
But like having that confidence so that you don't feel like you're being nitpicky and annoying, but knowing what a difference it makes for your client too, and knowing when you're properly advocating for your client.
For sure.
For sure. But yeah, people
also-
see those shows.
Yeah. And I also think people see too, they think, okay, there's a ton of money in real estate, but they also don't see, like, I don't know what the stat is now. I think, isn't it like 10% of the realtors make all of the money in the
Yeah.
A
in the
lot, yeah,
industry?
yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot of realtors that like, yeah,
It's that
not,
Pareto principle. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 20% of the agents make 80% of the
Yeah.
money out there. And also it's, it's like you say, like, people just see the commission, and especially when they're watching $1 million
Yes.
listing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
Sweet
But
parts.
how much money went into selling that as well? It's like you see
Absolutely.
okay, you made $1 million commission, but you might have spent X.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Like,
Like-
marketing budgets change.
Yes.
Like, it is harder to reach clients in the upper tier. Like, you have to spend a lot more money in your marketing
Yeah.
dollar, and the strategy for how to reach them changes too. Whereas, I find that too. But like, people don't realize either the expense, like,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that we are taking on all the risk, and not every listing sells, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of times where we've paid for the stager, we've paid for the pictures, we've paid for the video, and the place might not sell. Like, it's the cost
you're
of
in the-
doing
You
business.
You pay
And
for it
that's-
to be on the market.
Yes,
Like,
and that's like thousands of dollars, not like
Yeah.
not like $50. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
you
for
don't
sure.
see that.
Substantial
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, I don't know. It's just being okay with that risk.
Yeah.
Also, having a realtor that's willing to make that investment, I think, is important. Because if they're not, it says something about the confidence of their confidence in selling your place. But yeah, I don't know. There's a risk versus reward aspect to
And
it.
like, to your point about making it looks easy from the client's point of view, and yeah, we should be making it look easy. It doesn't mean we're not putting out 15 fires that day,
Yeah.
but our clients don't need to know about the 15 fires
Yep.
unless it doesn't
Is
get
their
put
fire.
out, right? Like,
My
Yeah.
client doesn't know I battled with my 2-factor authentication on my banking app this morning for a half hour just to forward that money on, right? Like, I'm not going to tell them that.
yeah,
but-
like, we want to make it look easy from their perspective because we want them to have a smooth
yeah.
transaction, right?
Yeah,
So-
we want to take care of the problems.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's our job, to
That-
take care of those problems.
For sure. And there's almost every deal has a problem. It's very
100%.
rare
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
that it goes from start to finish without some
Seamlessly,
sort of
yeah.
hiccup, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's always some weird thing that's going on in the background, or
And again, that the client might not ever know about or need
For
to
sure.
know about, right?
Yep.
Because we're going to soak it and figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
And we don't know everything. Like, we honestly don't. There are still situations day to day that I get
come
into in
across.
real estate where I'm like, holy crap, like,
Yeah.
this is new for me. And either talking it out as a team or knowing who to call.
For sure.
Like, honestly, I think that so much of our strength comes from having the right people in our corner and having good intel and information for
Yeah.
people. So,
Yeah, and like you say, good relationships with like the professionals in different fields that
Yeah.
are not our forte, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I need a question on this. Who do I call?
Yeah.
And you know, being able to like go through the Rolodex and have somebody's number right there
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of like,
It's huge.
oh man, who do I talk to? How are we going to research this? It's like, nope, I know exactly who to call.
Yeah.
if they don't know, they know who, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, yeah, those things make things a lot easier for us. But again, it's like you say, it doesn't happen overnight. Like
It does not.
We've retooled our machine a few times.
Well, and like the transaction that I feel like the public and the client sees is probably like if 5% of the work.
The glossed over version.
Right?
Yeah,
So it's
for
like,
sure.
okay, you're seeing 5%. Of course, like that 5% looks easy, but you're not seeing the other 95% of what went into that like 5% of work kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Like
And-
the entire system behind it,
Yeah.
right? Like
For sure.
Dare is at the office while we are here recording, doing all that back end work.
Yeah.
Like full-time job, back end work for our listings. Yeah.
For sure. Which is like needed.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I think Ryan Serhant put one out, I think maybe 2 years ago or something, but he did like a full YouTube breakdown video of like, this is why commission is not as crazy as you think it is. And it was like, he's a massive, massive realtor and big time stuff with lots of production and lots of other things, but it's really not that much different as you filter down. It's, we have a ton of back end fees, just like everybody else. Like the only difference is, if you work a 9 to 5 and everything comes off your paycheck, that's a little different than the way it works for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is funny. I would certainly say it is not easy. And even in another frame is that like the emotional toll.
Yes.
Like, because there are so many situations that we see that are like heartbreaking or frustrating or like there's a lot of like crazy stuff.
A lot of emotions.
It's not a job that you can close your laptop when you go home. Like it's never going to be that job. Like, so yeah.
A lot of our job is just being a therapist, which isn't easy either. Because
Yeah.
we're all the type of personality where we do take on that weight.
For sure.
So
How many nights have you laid there sleep? Okay, like the wheels are turning.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't see that part of it on
No.
$1 Million Listing.
No.
Like,
No.
Or like my phone may not be responding after 10 p.m., but that doesn't mean I'm not sitting at my desk working
Right.
at like
Figuring things
out or retooling the next day or, sorting problems. Like it's,
Yeah.
or
And
even,
let's be honest, like spring market, there are days where I don't see our kids.
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm
Yep.
working 18-hour days and
I think that's another, like it is a big ebb and flow business, and that's hard in itself. Like on either side, right? Like yes, in May it is hard because you're gone from like 7 to 10, and you're hitting the ground running and so busy, right? And then here we are in like December. Well, like we're probably not making much, like money on that side of it, but it's and that's takes a toll, I think, too.
Oh,
like,
for
sure it
100%,
does.
yeah.
Yep. You have to like mentally prepare yourself for some like, you either got to be good budgeting or you got to like, you're running your own business, but you're also your own boss, you're your own like employees, you're your own admin staff, like you do it all. And it's not, like you say, if you're really busy, you still have to find time to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I showed houses for 12 hours today. Well, when am I doing my paperwork? After that,
And
right?
you also still have your personal life on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So.
which you need to have.
Yeah,
Because where
to
are we
stay sane.
meeting those?
Yeah.
And also, like, where is the next, like, meeting people is a big part of it.
Yeah.
For sure. And I do think too that it's really expected that we don't have a personal life. Or like if your phone rings, you're expected to pick
Yes.
up like now. And there's a lot of emotion from clients and everybody else, but it's not that there's other people that are also having the same problems and stuff. So there's just a lot going on. A lot of juggling.
And Logan has to sometimes take my phone calls if I'm not answering people quickly enough. If I'm in an appointment not answering my phone, they call Logan. So gotta love that.
Pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So yeah, not easy.
Not easy.
Not
The
easy.
general consensus.
Rewarding, love it.
Yes.
Wouldn't do anything else.
For sure.
But if somebody wants to get into the business to make a lot of money quickly and easily, sorry.
Probably not the business for you.
87% attrition rate after the first, it's either 2 or 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy
and
high.
even more after 5.
Yeah.
So There's a reason for that.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.